Hello and welcome to another episode of the Magic Kings podcast with the great big beautiful dads. I'm Steve, a travel agent with Just Add Magic Travel, and I'm back here tonight with Magic Mike.
How's it going?
What's going on?
How are we doing?
We're doing great. How are you?
I'm doing really good.
I see you have quite a Mickey hat on.
I do, yeah.
What? I've never seen that in the parks. What's the story with that?
This is a homemade, homegrown Mickey hat that I designed myself, designed and made as a so-called Disney dad.
Wow.
Wasn't happy with the hat options. I wanted to stand out a little bit, so I ordered some things and made my own custom hat. So, yeah.
That's wild. What an
It's pretty awesome.
You're an Imagineer, basically, is what you're trying to tell me.
Yeah, they should just hire me right now.
Please. They should have hired you a long time ago. I mean,
so just to give a little description for the listeners here.
Yeah.
It's a white flex fit hat. It's nothing too flashy, right? It's a white flex fit hat. You know, you got to go flex fit, comfortable on the head, good for the heat, kind of, holds back the sweat a little bit. And then on the front, I've got a full color iron-on Mickey decal. On the back of the headband, it says Mickey in like the cursive Mickey writing. Then I've got Dad embroidered on the side, and I've got a pin and some stuff on it too. So
it's amazing.
Got to show off.
We're gonna have to get some pictures of this so I can post. if you're into that kind of thing, just the hat. You don't have to put all your business out there, but
No, that's we can do some photo shoot here with the hat.
Oh, yeah. I would love to. Yeah, no, it's quite a hat. Yeah, I said on an episode with my sister that she got me a hat. It's like a golf hat with Mickey, and it's black. And when I went on the Disney cruise, the crew, like the people who worked on the ship, like 5 of them came up to me and were like, "Where'd you get that hat?" It was only people who worked there. It was just so funny, and I think it's just not commonly found. And so that's my go-to hat. I wear it all the time. I'm very proud of that hat. But I think yours might put mine to shame.
Yeah, and I know which hat you're talking about because I've seen that before. I have like a white version of that, but it's like a black and white Mickey. It's not like the full Mickey, and the one I have is like Mickey, like the full body picture of Mickey. It's not just his head.
Yes.
So it's got the we'll get the pictures out on the socials, right?
No, this is great. Yeah, no, I can see that with this hat why you thought the ones that were available were not up to snuff, and why you took matters into your own hands. It makes a lot of sense. That hat is something else. Yeah, they should be selling that in the parks tomorrow. So,
give me a call.
Yeah,
I'm available for small consulting fee.
That's right. We know Iger's a listener, and I don't know. Well, we don't know. We assume he's a listener. So,
Bob, if you're listening, I'm available.
Exactly, Mike's out there. Get in touch. Leave a comment.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Mike. Last time we talked, we teased that we were supposed to talk about princesses that time.
Yes.
And tonight we are 2 grown men, great big beautiful dads, sitting here late at night, and we're going to be talking all about Disney princesses. What do you think?
Let's go. This is something that I mentioned when you came to me with the concept for the podcast and asked me to do some episodes, and then we just started kind of rolling. One of the things I said is like I have always gone with my boys, and now that I have a baby girl, it's like I gotta get up to snuff on all the princess stuff because I've seen it, but it's not like the boys are excited to go into Cinderella's castle or whatever. They're more excited about the other characters that they're used to seeing in shows and movies. So yeah, definitely need to get your spin on things because as we know, your daughter is well versed in all the Disney princesses. So ready to hear what you've got for me here.
She is definitely well versed. It's still a big interest of hers at 6.5. Probably for most of her life, she's been pretty into princesses. And yeah, I mean, I'm sure that there are many boys, especially among Disney fans, who are big princess fans and they enjoy it. But let's not kid ourselves. It's mostly girls. And not only is it mostly girls, I think, but where it's relevant for you is that now that you have a baby daughter, you don't know any of her interests yet. But at this point, like in the world, every 4-year-old girl is obsessed with princesses, right? I mean, I don't know what it is. It just gets it's out there. It's in the zeitgeist. Right. It's in the atmosphere that she is bound at some point to go through a princess phase. Yep. And so you're in for it, no matter what.
Oh yeah, we're already getting the hand-me-down toys from my niece who is into like the Frozen princesses, and and I'm excited about it too because this is my first girl, and every dad wants to kind of spoil his daughter a little bit. You know what I mean? So I think I'll be really interested to hear on some of the tips and tricks that you've taken to the parks.
Yeah. So I want to see a little bit how much you know about the princesses. Just a little bit here. So are you aware that there are certain official Disney princesses? And what I mean is like there's a number. There are 13 official Disney princesses.
Ooh, okay.
And there are some that are not.
Yep.
Okay. Now, I wasn't going to do this, but I think I'm reading your mind here. Do you want to try to name? I don't think I could do it. Maybe I could.
I kind of do want to try to name them. Okay. All right. Let's see if I can
try it.
13. Okay. So, Snow White.
Dang.
Cinderella.
Dang.
Go with Rapunzel.
Dang.
Tiana.
Dang.
Elsa? That was the one I was like, I don't know if that's going to be one. Okay, so not Elsa. All right, let's keep going. Wow, this is harder than I thought. There's 13 of them?
In 3 years, you're going to be able to rattle off these.
Yeah.
It's be so funny.
Jasmine.
Oh, yeah. Dang.
Okay. Wendy from Peter Pan? She's not a princess. No.
Nope.
I'm thinking back to like the parades and like I'm trying to remember who's in the parades. Oh man, I should know her name. The one from Brave, the redhead from Brave.
I'll give it to you, Merida.
Yep. Yes. Okay. Yep. So I'm at what's that? 6. Wow. Yeah. No. This is tough. Ooh. Oh, Mulan.
Mulan for sure.
Okay. So that's 7. I'm definitely not going to get all 13. Wow, this is a stretch. Okay, give me the rest that I missed.
All right, you did better than I thought. Honestly, there's some that you definitely know. They're not coming to your mind as princesses. Yeah. So Sleeping Beauty, Aurora.
Oh, of course.
Ariel.
Yep. Oh, come on. So mad at myself right now. Okay.
Belle.
Just kick me off the pod now, Steve. Come on. This is terrible. A terrible show.
If you came to me in 2017, I would have been like, I don't know, Cinderella, is she one? I don't know, is that Disney? And now I'm like, I think I would actually get them all. You said Jasmine, right?
Yes. Yep.
Pocahontas.
Oh, okay.
That's a tougher one.
Wait, is Moana?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. All right.
And now there's one more, and this is a tough one. It's the newest one.
It's a new one?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's Raya.
Oh,
from the last
yes.
Dragon movie.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm going to give you credit. You did pretty well with that. And one thing that you referred to there was Elsa.
Yes.
Okay. And actually, it's funny. Anna and Elsa are a little bit of a gray area, but they are technically not part of the Disney Princess franchise.
Interesting. Okay.
They are part of the Frozen world, but often are lumped in.
Yep.
A couple others that I think people might say, Asha from the Wish movie from last year. Yep. She is at least not yet an official Disney princess.
Right.
And the way you become an official Disney princess is that you are announced, and they used to do a coronation.
Okay.
An official event. Okay. They haven't done it, I guess, for the last couple, but and another one is Mirabelle from Encanto.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if she's one that people think. So,
I feel like all of these that you've mentioned at some point will be announced, right? I can't believe that some of those aren't in there. But yeah, I mean, I'm a little disappointed in myself that I didn't get a couple of the people on the original list, but we'll cut that out. We'll
no shame. Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm just gonna dub it in. Yeah. And a couple in there, this Disney princess franchise thing, a couple have been demoted, excised from the Disney princess franchise. One big example I'll just say is Tinkerbell, who
really
is really not a princess.
Yeah, so that's why I was kind of like maybe Wendy, but yeah. Tinkerbell. I mean, Tinkerbell's like kind of an unofficial mascot of Disney, you know. If you if you ever think of the old school like Disney logo, and Tinkerbell would fly around in like the sparkles, right? So yeah, absolutely, I get that, but she's not really a princess, so I think I understand that one.
Yeah, she got cut off of that. So what we're gonna talk about here are, I'm gonna go through those 13. That's who we're talking about.
Yep.
I'm also gonna throw in Anna, Elsa. I'll also throw in Asha and Maribel.
Okay.
I don't think there's anyone else that really is close. I mean, if you think of any others that we should hit, then go for it. But that's kind of who you can meet in the park. So what I wanted to do is just talk about a few things with the princesses to get you up to speed a little bit with what's going on with these. One is I wanted to go through the meet and greet opportunities, the dedicated meet and greets for princesses in the parks, so that you know once your little girl is raring to go to meet these princesses, you know what to do. There's maybe some strategies to meet them. I want to go through the opportunities to have character dining with princesses and some other kind of princess stuff. Maybe touch on like the Bippity Boppity Boutique. Do you know about that, Mike?
I do. Yeah, I am aware of the Bippity Boppity Boutique. Yeah, I think that was the first thing I said to you when. When we announced that we were having a girl. I was like, I need all the tips on the Bippity Boppity Boutique, because
that's right.
Something we don't experience as a boy dad, but it's definitely something that you want to know about as a girl dad, right?
Absolutely, yes. Well before this podcast existed, that was the first thing you said about your daughter, is that I'm going to need to, mortgage my house to go to the Bippity Boppity Boutique.
I think that's actually how I worded it, yeah.
And we'll get into that, you might. So, do you want to go park by park, or do you want to go princess by princess? What do you think?
Let's go princess by princess, because I think that'll be, I think that'll make it more interesting.
Yeah. No, that works. And what I'll say about these princesses in the parks, it's true of every character meet and greet, and in fact, it's true of all cast members, but especially any characters. These actors who play these princesses, are so good.
Yeah.
I mean, the experience that they give to the people who are meeting them is just unbelievable. They make every person they meet feel so special. They are all, everyone knows this, but just going through that with my daughter, her biggest memories and her best memories from Disney World are meeting princesses.
Yeah.
And she's understood, I think, for most, if not all of the time that she's been to Disney World, that these are not the real quote unquote princesses, that they're actors.
Right.
And it doesn't dampen anything. She is just so into it, and they make you feel like, oh, we're going to stay in touch. We're going to hang out. We're really friends. Like, they do that in a matter of seconds, and I don't know really how they do it and how they're so good, so consistent, but it is truly a magical experience for anyone who's meeting them. So let's go. Let's go chronological here.
Okay.
All right. In terms of when they were released.
Yep.
So you can meet Snow White in a couple of places for dedicated meet and greets. This is what we're talking about for now. So you can meet her in the Magic Kingdom, right on Main Street. As soon as you walk in, it's like right outside of Town Hall. If you're walking in, you're going over to the right, kind of up the ramp by like the Town Hall. She's usually there. And it's a wonderful meet and greet. And she's also in Germany. Did you know Snow White takes place in Germany?
I did not. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
See?
Yeah.
I'm gonna teach you a lot of stuff here.
Yeah.
Like, don't worry. So the next one chronologically, we got Cinderella. She's a big time princess.
Yep.
And she has a dedicated meet and greet in the Magic Kingdom in the Princess Fairy Tale Hall. And we'll talk about a couple of others. Oh, and I forgot one other princess who you can meet who's not an official but should be included. She meets with Cinderella usually there, and that's Elena of Avalor.
Okay.
Do you know who that is?
I have no idea who that is.
She had a TV movie and like a show. Yeah, she's there. She's cool. She's
Okay.
a cool one. I haven't gotten into her like content yet, but Fran's had great meet and greets with her, despite not even really knowing who she was. So shout out to Elena Vavalor.
So I have a Cinderella goofball for you.
Let's hear it. Oh my god!
I might be stealing your thunder on a later part of this episode.
No.
But the evil stepsisters, Anastasia and Drizella, hang out on the pathway. I don't know if they still do, but they hang out on the pathway to the left side of the castle, and they just insult people, and it's very funny. So the reason I know that is because I walk that way on purpose just to listen to them just crap on people. So that is also a meet and greet you could do.
They're awesome, and they're not really that friendly, as you said. Yeah, and I've never like seen the full experience of them, but I've caught glimpses of them. So not only do they stand over there, but they actually like walk around and like go on the carousel and like kick people off, and they're hilarious.
They actually like will follow a group of people around while they're like throwing insults at you. It's really funny. If you had a chance and you see them walking around, just kind of tail them a little bit. You might get picked on, but it's all in good fun.
Oh yeah, that would be. I would love that. Are you kidding? I know they're so good. Yep. Oh my god! And you pulled out those names, Drizella and Anastasia. You're on your way, Mike.
I had to Google that because I anticipated that at least that I'd be able to throw that out there because it is something that I've seen before.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great. Then we're gonna pop over to Aurora, who's Sleeping Beauty.
Yep.
She is over in France in Epcot. Yep. She has a little spot over there. As does Belle.
Yes.
Belle and Aurora both in France has a lot going on in Epcot. I think it's the most going on by far of any country.
There's a lot, and I think they have 2 or 3 restaurants, 2 restaurants, and then the bakery and the creperie. Yeah, there's a lot going on in the
they got Remy's. They got
and Remy's. Yeah, obviously Remy's.
Shout out to France. Yeah. So there's 2 there, and while we're on Belle, there's Enchanted Tales with Belle.
Yes,
which is. I think we talked about it on previous episodes, but the most involved meet and greet experience, I think, in the parks. It's, more than that. It's more of a show and attraction in and of itself. So that's one that, once your little one is of age, you're going to hit that up and you're going to love it. Ariel, there's a couple there. So Ariel has a dedicated meet and greet called Ariel's Grotto in Magic Kingdom. She also, this is a little curveball here. Did you see the live action Ariel?
No.
Came out I think 2 years ago.
Okay.
And you can meet her in Hollywood Studios outside of Walt Disney Presents.
Okay.
So, so Ariel, 2 versions of Ariel have meet and greets.
Yeah, I haven't seen that live action. We did watch the Beauty and the Beast live action, which was phenomenal, like excellent dancing, singing, and like really impressive.
No, that's a great one, yeah. The live-action Little Mermaid is really good, too.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
I have to say. You're going to be watching it soon.
I know,
so I'm just going to prepare you. Moving on, we got Jasmine. So Jasmine is actually in 2 places as well in Disney World for meet and greets. There's a meet and greet in Adventureland. You might have seen it. It's right outside of Magic Carpets of Aladdin.
Yep.
And she's there with Aladdin. And they'll actually go and ride Magic Carpets of Aladdin in the morning and stuff, so you can ride with them. It's pretty cool.
Yep.
And then she's also in Morocco.
And we have seen Jasmine in the Morocco Pavilion. So we did do a meet and greet with Jasmine.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. It was one of the trips we went like right after the kids like first saw Aladdin. So I was like, "Oh, that's Jasmine. Let's go check it out." And we were like walking through Morocco, so we ended up stopping, and they liked it. It was great. And usually in the Morocco Pavilion, like it's kind of like tucked away in the back too, so there's never a long wait to meet Jasmine. So if you've got a Jasmine fan, you can go right in there. The Morocco Pavilion's awesome. There's like the little hidden sangria bar in the back, and some good food too. If you like the Middle Eastern food, it's really good.
Morocco's great, underrated, I think, pavilion there. And yeah, I mean, I'll skip quickly to Mulan, who is in the China pavilion. And then just because I want to talk about Epcot, there's Asha from the Wish movie, who is at the beginning in the World Showcase Plaza, like between Canada and Mexico. And then Moana is up in the Journey of Water sometimes to do the meet and greet there. So if you come into Epcot, you can hit, if you're obsessed with princesses like my daughter is, you can hit Aurora, Belle, Jasmine,
Yeah.
Mulan, Anna and Elsa are in Norway. I forgot about them.
Yep.
Asha and Moana. You can do that all in short order. Those are, except for Anna and Elsa, that can usually be kind of a long wait. But you can hit all those, and Moana sometimes, but you can hit all those pretty quick.
Yes.
And that's like the princess tour. You would think Magic Kingdom's the best for princesses, which it may be, but Epcot is really good.
There's a ton of organic character meet and greets in Epcot, and that's like all of those you mentioned. And then there's like, I don't know if you've ever seen Winnie the Pooh. He like catches butterflies on the hill next to the it's so funny. We just saw him out there once, and we're like, what the heck's going on? But yeah. There's a ton of characters in Epcot, and that's definitely a good tip. If you're trying to see a bunch, you can just kind of like do the loop and get everybody.
Yes, it's a good way to keep the kids who are interested in meeting characters, to keep them engaged in World Showcase.
Yes.
For younger kids who may not be interested in other things.
Yep.
They do a great job with that. So yeah, that's kind of making the way around Epcot. And Animal Kingdom, we got Pocahontas. She's in the Oasis as you come in. Shout out to Pocahontas. She's cool. Tiana, who is my daughter's by far number one. That's her girl. It's her go-to. She loves Tiana.
Yep.
She's in that Princess Fairy Tale Hall as well.
Okay.
So, and at that, I don't know if you haven't done that, right?
No.
You haven't gone and met them yet.
I have not done that.
So, there's actually 2 lines for that. So, one is for Cinderella and Elena of Avalor, and the other is for Tiana and Rapunzel.
Okay.
Is the other one who's there, and that's where you can meet Rapunzel.
Okay.
They say for both of those, always Cinderella and always Tiana, and they say the other's a visiting princess. And I guess occasionally it's somebody else, but I've never seen it be other than Elena and Rapunzel. Right. So pretty consistent there, yeah. Yeah, so that's Rapunzel. We talked about Moana at Epcot. She's also in Animal Kingdom, kind of on the bridge to what used to be Dino Land.
Yeah.
She's kind of in that area.
Oh, I didn't know that. I haven't seen her.
Yeah.
There. Yeah, interesting.
And then we'll go to the couple I mentioned, Anna and Elsa. They have their dedicated in Norway.
Yep.
In Epcot. And then Mirabelle is actually in a spot called the Fairy Tale Garden in Magic Kingdom. As you're kind of coming down the hill towards the castle, I don't know if you've ever even seen it, Mike. So there you go. So that's your meet and greet. So if you want to wait in a little line, and some of these are not big waits, especially in Epcot, again, other than Anna and Elsa. The other ones usually are not long waits. That is, I think, my daughter's number one favorite thing to do at Disney World is meet these princesses in those meet and greets. So,
question for you: does your daughter does she do the autograph book?
She does. Yes.
Yeah, that's another cool thing that they do. Have you ever noticed with the autograph book, if you go back to the same character, and it's not always the same cast member, they've memorized the same signature for it. So like you could go and get Mickey on 2 different days, and it's 2 different cast members, but they've done the signature the same. It's incredible the attention to detail that they have.
No, it's true. I mean, the level of talent you need to be a Disney princess, because you do need to be perfect with that signature. I remember the first time that we went, Fran was just about 3, and she had kind of just become aware of princesses, and was already obsessed with Tiana, and she met Tiana the first time. Her mind was blown. But she was so starstruck the first time that we actually ended up going back in line to do it again. And it's funny because now, close your ears, kids, when I say this, but there's actually a couple of places where they take you in from line, like there's a couple of Tianas, a couple of Rapunzels going in different rooms. And so we went into a different room with a different Tiana who looked completely different. I mean, so they all looked like the real character. They both did look like Tiana, sort of, but like couldn't have looked
not like each other. Yeah,
exactly, which was funny.
Yeah.
But we got the autograph both times, and it's identical. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's wild.
They must have to practice over and over again. It's so funny.
Yes. So yeah, that's your meet and greets. So now I think you're going to get a little more excited about this part, Mike, because what I'm going to move on to is the dining options. So this is where worlds collide, where the dining, your interest, your main interest, and the princesses, which may be your daughter's main interest someday, will collide. So are you interested in princess dining?
Yes. We don't really do the princess dining. I'm excited to hear about this because this actually will open up some other dining options for me that we wouldn't necessarily go to as a number one with the boys. So
no, this is good, and there are some good options. So unless I'm missing one, and please, listeners, if I do miss one, let me know. Leave it in the comments, whatever. I think there's 4 dining options where there are princesses. You might think there would be more, right? But there's only 4 that I know of at Disney World, and 2 of them are like big time Disney princess. There's a lot of princesses, and that's kind of the main deal. The one, and everyone knows this one, or I don't know if everyone knows it, but it's a big deal, is the Cinderella's Royal Table.
Yep.
The Magic Kingdom. And you discussed this on one of our first episodes about dining, where it's inside the castle.
Yep.
And I actually did go there when I was a kid, and being inside the castle was wild. So you can meet lots of princesses there. So Cinderella, for sure, I do think is always part of it. And then usually it's going to be Ariel, Aurora, which is Sleeping Beauty, Jasmine, and Snow White. It's one where some others can pop in, but with those, like, it's just like other character dining where they will each, in turn come to your table, have a conversation with the people there, take pictures, do autographs, whatever. It's a table service. It is, pretty expensive, but you're inside the castle with the princesses. It is quite a grand kind of experience. I would say it's a kind of once in a lifetime, like, worth it, to do, especially if you have like a princess.
Yeah.
Maybe only, I guess, if you have princess fans, with you. But
yeah, and you mentioned, obviously with the character dining options, it's always a little bit of a premium, but it's not like you're just paying a premium to see the characters. Like in most of the cases that I've been to, the food's excellent. Like,
yes.
Think of, if you've ever been to Crystal Palace, like it's like gourmet buffet or all you can enjoy buffet, right? So prime rib carving station and things like that. So I have not dined at Cinderella's Castle, but I can imagine that it's top notch.
Yeah, it used to have a reputation of the food not that it was bad, but that it was like, it's not as good, And I think that's changed in recent years, although others may still think it's not quite at the level of some others. But I think any place that people used to say isn't great at Disney in terms of dining has improved in recent years.
Yeah.
I just think the dining is pretty consistently, at least pretty good. But that one the premium is definitely on the location and the company that you're keeping there.
Yep.
Another one in Magic Kingdom that is not a princess meal that people think is Be Our Guest.
Mm-hmm.
Be Our Guest, Belle is not there. It's just the Beast, and he only actually does a walkthrough. He doesn't stop and do a meet and greet.
Right.
That's one where I think people go in and they expect it, and it's not there, so I just did want to say that. And people expect to be able to meet and greet with the Beast, as you do with, like, Winnie the Pooh at Crystal Palace.
Right.
And you actually don't. He just kind of walks through and waves. So the other big-time princess dining experience with lots of princesses is in Norway. In Epcot, is the Akershus Royal Banquet Hall.
Mm-hmm.
It's in Norway. It's a family-style meal, not a buffet, so they bring it to your table.
Yep.
They do breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And a tip with that is that breakfast goes until like 12 o'clock, but is cheaper than dinner. So you can go at lunchtime, basically, like 11:45, and pay way less and get the same experience, just different food. And there, the kind of standard lineup, it does vary, but you can expect to see Ariel, Aurora, Sleeping Beauty, Belle, and Snow White, and Cinderella. So Ariel, Aurora, Belle, Snow White, Cinderella.
Yep.
And then some like common ones to pop in are Tiana, Mulan, and Jasmine can kind of sub in or pop in at different times. So
yep.
So that's Akershus, a really good option, especially that, you can just go for breakfast if you want to have breakfast in the parks. That's great. But if you want to go for lunch, try to go for like a slightly early lunch and get the breakfast food, and you'll pay like 2/3 of the price that you would for lunch or dinner. So
okay,
there's your little tip there.
Good to know.
And then there's 2 more that it's less princesses, but these are the only other places that I could find that you could meet princesses in dining experience. So one is at the Grand Floridian 1900 Park Fair. Breakfast and dinner at that restaurant. So Cinderella and Tiana are the princesses there. You also get Mirabelle, and you also get Aladdin. So that's a pretty good mix, And then you got at Wilderness Lodge, and this is just at dinner time. There is storybook dining, and you get Snow White. She's the only princess, but you also get Grumpy and Dopey. This is a really good meal, I would say. This is one that's worth doing for the whole experience. Wilderness Lodge is so amazing. It's a boat ride away from Magic Kingdom, and it's a really good meal and meet and greet. So those are your princess dining options. So Mike, are you hungry? Which ones are you hitting?
Yeah, well, I wasn't thinking about Wilderness Lodge as an option, but that is such a cool resort. Yeah, I might have to check that one out.
Yeah.
I do like the out-of-park character dinings. I don't know if you've ever done the Topolino breakfast at Riviera.
I haven't. I'm dying to. I know you have.
The food is excellent. I think I told you this. We went for the character breakfast at Topolino, and we ended up going back that night for dinner because the food was so good. And like I've talked about the view from the terrace there and everything. It's just such a cool spot.
The other one too, I think people think Ohana. That's a very popular restaurant, the Polynesian.
Yep.
There's no princesses there. You can meet Lilo and Stitch.
Yep, I knew that. Yeah.
Yeah, Lilo not a princess technically, right. But people think Moana's there because it's like a Polynesian theme. But no, it's Lilo and Stitch.
Have you been there since they added the new tower at Polynesian? There's a whole new section of the hotel.
I haven't explored that yet. I'm dying to. Have you?
Yeah. I saw it under construction, very near to being finished. It looks really nice. But they basically just added a whole another tower in between Polynesian and Grand Floridian to expand the hotel, and it looks really cool. So, yeah, I have not been to it yet since it's been open, but I did see under construction. So,
yeah. I'm very excited for that. Yeah, when this podcast is released, very special guest, also Steve and Ashley, will either be in Disney or they will have gone, and they are staying part of their trip at the Polynesian.
Ooh.
I cannot wait to hear. We're going to have you on that trip recap with them.
Yes.
Because they're going 10 days. It's going to be amazing.
This is actually awesome because the wife and I were just talking about doing this exact same thing. Like staying a couple nights at Polynesian and then going to another resort. So I'm very interested to hear how you got to have me on for this trip recap with them.
Yes, and the split stay is a good option. Yeah, you got to be on that one. They're doing half Poly, half Beach Club. They're gonna have a ball. I'm so jealous. So yeah, shout out to also Steve and Ashley. They're gonna have a great time.
I think there's also like a little Dole Whip place. I forget what it's called. Tambu Lounge. I just looked it up.
Yes,
Tambu Lounge.
I think there's a few spots to get Dole Whip at Polynesian, if I'm not mistaken.
Pineapple I'm literally looking at the menu right now because now I have a craving for Dole Whip.
I know, oh my God. We gotta do some like resorts episodes because my number one that I do want to stay in is Boardwalk.
Yep.
I just love the convenience of being right there with Epcot and Hollywood Studios, and there's so much going on. But those like the Poly, it's probably the best resort. I don't know. Yeah. It's so nice.
And you get to use the monorail to get to Magic Kingdom and Epcot. So we're getting derailed here, but like,
oh please,
we were thinking if you do a couple nights on a monorail resort and a couple nights on a Skyliner resort, you can like break up the trip that way. So you could do your Magic Kingdom and Epcot days while you're at Poly, then you do your Hollywood Studios, Epcot, Animal Kingdom days, or split it up with Animal Kingdom because it's that only option there is bus. But again, great option, but it's not like the Skyliner or the monorail, which is super convenient. So yeah, I mean, if you want to be like easily transported to the park and not have to worry about finding the bus stop, if you like the Skyliner, you like the monorail, that's the way to do it.
Absolutely. Yeah, what you got to do with Epcot, because you can get to both,
right,
is you rope drop Guardians of the Galaxy from the monorail, and you rope drop Remy's from the Skyliner.
That's right.
So you just split it up that way. That's easy peasy.
Oh, man, that's a great. That's actually, dude. You just wrote my itinerary on the fly.
Oh man, I can't wait for our papal conclave.
Yes.
Where we determine the fate of your trip.
I can't wait. Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
We shouldn't have. We let out the secrets of the conclave on this podcast. We shouldn't have been talking about it. We're gonna get banned.
We gotta get all our special guests together. And they'll be like the College of Cardinals, you know. can't wait.
We got off track. All right, back to princess.
This is what it's all about. People are like, enough princesses. No, I think, yeah, I mean, those are the places that you can meet princesses. I want to just talk quickly about, there's other places to see princesses. So, for instance, Little Mermaid has a new live show in Hollywood Studios that opened in May. That's an awesome way to see, Ariel. And there's also the Beauty and the Beast show in Hollywood. It's also the Frozen sing-along in Hollywood for Anna and Elsa.
Yes.
There's the Mickey's Magical Friendship Fair in Magic Kingdom, which is the show at the castle. Tiana, Rapunzel, Anna, and Elsa are part of that.
And that runs like pretty much all day. It's like every hour or so, I think.
It runs a bunch of times. Yeah, it's a great little show. It's probably 10 minutes or something. And
I think we've only watched it once, but I know that it goes on consistently because like every hour or so they fire off. There's like one firework at the end of the show.
Yes,
and you can hear it from anywhere. You're like, all right, the show's over. Time to watch.
Yep. Missed that one. Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
The Frozen sing-along is also, I've been to that. That is awesome.
Yeah, it's a funny show. I like that show.
Yeah. And right outside there, non-princess, but you can meet Olaf.
That's right. Olaf is right there. Yep. Yeah, and people who like princesses are going to like Olaf. Yeah, he's a good little meet and greet there. Yep. Yeah. I did want to mention, there's a million princesses in shows. So like the parades, like the Festival of Fantasy Parade, Fantasmic, there's a bunch of them. Like most of them are in those. I do want to just say, the one official princess we haven't talked about is Raya. I don't know how popular she is. That was a good movie and everything, but she's not in much. She doesn't have a consistent place where you can see her. She's occasionally in the Disney Adventure Friends Cavalcade, which is the parade in Magic Kingdom, one of the two parades that happen consistently. So if you're a big Raya head, that's pretty much your chance to see her. So I wanted to move on to something that we referenced in the beginning, Mike, the Bippity Boppity Boutique. Are you ready for this?
I am. This is I've been waiting for this moment for 9.5 months.
And so I will say, and I think I said this in some other episode in the past, Fran's never done the Bippity Boppity Boutique. And honestly, it's not because of the cost, which we'll get into, though that would be a fine reason, but it's a commitment of time that on your Magic Kingdom day, we just have never felt it was, right to do that. We just didn't want to. So, but for some kids, this is it. Like, they want to become a princess. So this is something in the Magic Kingdom. And if you work with me as a travel agent, I can book this for you if this is something you want to do. There's several packages that you can get at the Bippity Boppity Boutique. I will say there's basically, you can become two different things. One is a knight and one is a princess. So obviously the princesses are way more popular. Often the knights will be the boys who go in will become knights. But boys can, become princesses. There's no, rules about that, obviously, but a lot of times the boys who become the knights and girls want to become the princesses. The knight package. Now, Mike, you might be interested in this. This is only, you're going to be maybe shocked by this. This is the lowest level.
I didn't realize that knight was an option. I thought this was just princesses. Yeah. So now I'm intrigued.
Yeah, you'll see some boys walking around. I've never seen a girl personally, in the parks with the knight outfit on, but there's something called the knight package. You get a mighty sword and shield, and you receive hair styling with gel. It costs $19.95.
Oh.
I might do that. I don't know. What's the age limit? I don't know.
Is dad's allowed?
That's pretty good.
I feel like that should be like the dad option, right? If you're taking your daughter in to become a princess, you just throw a little hair gel in, get a sword and shield.
Exactly. That's reason enough for me to try to keep my hair. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then you can also get the deluxe night package. That's the next level up. So you not only do you get the sword and shield and the gel, you get a night costume. So there you go.
Okay.
There's your next level up. So that's $79.99. All right. So now we're getting to the princesses. And Mike, I'm sure you've seen all those kids walking around with the dresses with the hair, and it's definitely a popular thing. So you can get different packages. The carriage package. So it's $99.95, and you get hairstyling, you get shimmering makeup, and face gem. I don't really know what that face gem is. You get a princess sash and a cinch bag. You get nail polish, which I think girls like Fran's age would be like, that right there is worth it to get my nails painted. And you get a Bippity Boppity Boutique t-shirt. Okay. Oh. That's for $100. Okay.
Okay.
So you get the hair, so you don't get the dress. Okay.
Right.
For $200, so $199.95, you get everything we just said, plus you get the dress. Well, you don't get the t-shirt, I guess. You get the dress instead. And you get accessories, I guess.
Okay.
That's called the castle package. You can go a little step up from there, and it's for $230, so $30 more. You get a deluxe Disney princess gown of your choice.
Ooh.
So the other one just said Disney princess gown of your choice. This is a deluxe one, okay?
Deluxe.
That's $230. Okay. So,
yeah.
Right now what we're looking at is if you want to do this and you want to go with the carriage package, which is the t-shirt, you can bring a dress from home.
Ooh.
And you can buy it at Walmart.
Yeah.
That is a very common thing, actually, is that,
pre-dress,
exactly. Then there's the highest package, and this might be where, I don't know, you might need Grandpa to step in if your little one wants this one. You might be too much of a sucker to say no to this. This is
definitely, oh yeah.
You got to start working on him on that one. Yeah.
Yep.
So
this is just called the Grandpa pack.
Exactly. He could not resist. So I'm going to tell you what it is. Right? He can't resist this. It's the Princess Signature Dress Package. All right.
Ooh. Okay.
So in the last one for $230, you got the deluxe Disney Princess gown. In this one, you get a signature Disney Princess gown, and this is how it's described. It is created with heirloom quality fabric and intricate design details that tell the tale of the princess.
Oh.
So you're getting an heirloom, something that your daughter will pass down for generations to come.
This is like a wedding dress.
Exactly. Maybe even nicer.
Honey, you can either go to the Bippity Boppity Boutique or I'll pay for your wedding dress when you get married.
Exactly. And here's another one. You ready for this one? This is where Grandpa's going to say yes. You get a high quality crystal tiara.
Oh.
I mean, how can you say no to that? You know?
That's pretty impressive.
Grandpa's there.
Did you name the price tag, or
I haven't yet. Okay, all
right.
It's going to be a bargain.
Okay.
And I had to Google this one because this is the other special thing you get. So you get a satin hanger. I know what that is, but you get an organza garment bag. Now, do you know what that is? Organza?
I've never heard of that.
It is a silk material.
Ooh.
Premium silk material. Yes.
Wow.
So then, and you get the hairstyling, the makeup, the nail polish, and the bag and the sash and whatever. So this Princess Signature Dress Package is only $450.
Only. Yeah.
Now I don't know what, because the step below that was $230. And I mean, you're getting an heirloom here. I mean,
right.
This is.
Yes.
You think Gramps will go for
decision.
that?
Yeah, I don't know. He might write me out of the will, but
I don't know. You'll work on him. If she, you just got to get her to practice. Looking at him with the eyes, and he can't resist that. So
bat the eyes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So.
Definitely.
But I've looked at like videos, on social media of kids going through this and this kind of special experience that they get.
Yeah.
And some of them, like, as like a gigantic softie who's like the dad of a little girl, it truly like brings a tear to my eye. I'm like, oh my God, it's just so special.
Yeah.
I don't know about $450 special, but it's
right.
But I could see doing the $100, or I could see that this is special enough that that actually doesn't seem unreasonable to me. Sound off in the comments if this sounds unreasonable, but it is just it's Disney to the max for your kind of princess lover or knight lover, who just loves that kind of magic, experience.
Yeah, and this is something where I'll probably wait a couple of years because you want this to be a long-lived memory, right? Like,
yes.
If I take a 1-year-old and do this, I don't even know if they would let a 1-year-old do it. But if you take a 1-year-old, they're not going to remember. But if it's like your 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 7-year-old, whatever, they're going to remember that experience, being pampered and getting that, like you said, as a hand-me-down type of item with high quality. So yeah, I mean, I may not go for the top tier package there, but I could see shelling out a little bit of money just to get get that lifetime experience, lifetime core memory.
Agreed.
The boy equivalent that I have experienced is like we talked about the building lightsabers. I did that with my boys.
That's right.
Not quite the same, but it's like, yeah, I definitely want to experience that with my daughter at some point too. So I could see shelling out a little bit of money. But like you said, the time commitment is a big thing too. So you got to have the time to do this. I think it's probably a couple hours, right, at least of time.
It is, yeah. It takes up a big chunk out of the middle of your day, and that's truly what has stopped us, I think. But yeah, I think if you're there on a long trip or whatever, you just feel as though it's worth it to that time commitment. I mean, you see, it is so popular. So many girls.
Yeah,
I've seen girls walking around with the hair. You can just see.
Right. If you'll notice it too if like you walk through the castle.
Yeah.
You can see like the little girls come out and they're taking pictures with their family. They're so excited and they're ready to show off and take pictures with the castle. So yeah, it's cool.
Yes,
it's definitely a cool thing.
It is, yeah. So I'm definitely far from poo-pooing this. Like I've said, literally, I've seen these on social media and just been like, oh my god, this is so special. So
yeah.
I'm a big softie. I don't know if you knew that, Mike. I know I come off as a very hard nosed guy with a Disney podcast, but
that's right. Deep down, you have a heart under all that.
That's right. This tough exterior.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's if you not only want to meet princesses but want to become one. You do the Bippity Boppity Boutique.
Yes.
So I put out on social media. This was on TikTok. Steve_JustAddMagic is my handle there. I asked people what their best experience with the Disney princess was, so that I could pass it on to my co-host here, because I was just gonna do this little rundown and whatever, and I talked a little bit about Fran's experiences with princesses. She's just had a great, but I got some great responses. One guy, I want to shout him out. He's at Sneaky_Crek1 CREQUE1. Scott Crek 660 is his name there. So shout out to you, Scott. I liked this one. He said that he had pre-cut cardstock of Olaf and a glue stick. Okay, and he said when you meet Elsa or Anna, ask them, "Do you want to build a snowman?" And he didn't say more. He just said the reactions between our daughter and them were incredible. That's a great example of whatever, and this is true of any character, whatever you bring to them, they will play off it, and it'll be like you can do that kind of stuff, and like it is, it's awesome. So I wanted to throw that one out there.
That's clever.
Yeah, I want to shout out to, this was at Erry ERRY.0H. So shout out to you, Erry. She said, Merida played hide and seek with my husband and another table at Cinderella's royal table. The princesses love the boys too and give them just as much attention.
Yeah.
And she sent a picture, which was funny, of just kind of her, I think it's her husband, she said, dancing a little bit with Merida, which is very funny. So that is one thing that I will say. Princesses, we've said their girls are very into princesses, but the actors and the princesses at the parks do make an effort to include everybody, the parents, any boys, whatever. Not only make an effort, but as Erry is saying here, they love interacting with boys who might be a little, oh, I'm too cool for this, or oh, I'm intimidated or whatever. They're really just great with that.
Yeah.
There were a couple more that were really good. One is at Lindsay_BEAB said her niece asked Cinderella to see her glass slippers, and Cinderella not only answered perfectly but followed up by twirling with her, and it was incredibly sweet. And again, they just go above and beyond, so thanks to Lindsay for that one. And then I want to shout out at Hannah HMAR 1993, a little bit younger than us. She said, when Rapunzel ran up to my daughter, grabbed her hand, and took her to look for Pascal. And there's a picture of Rapunzel holding hands with these two little girls like running. And she said, and this is what got me, but I love this one. It says she talks about this once a week at least.
Oh, wow.
And that's something that whenever I talk to people about, I think this is true of anything at Disney, but especially these interactions with characters and with princesses. My daughter, we talk about Disney every day because, because of she will bring up something with the princesses, with the experience she's had every day. And it is so true.
Yep.
So anyway, thank you to everyone who answered. There was a few more as well. I don't want to keep droning on and on, but thanks to everyone who responded to that. Those were just some little tips and a little perspective for you, Mike, on how to tackle this.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, it's funny to hear some of those are things that you like hope it would happen to you, because it's just like a unique experience that you remember.
Absolutely.
I do want to also, since we are talking princesses, something that goes along with princesses is Princess Castle.
Yeah.
Now, I think we would be bad at our job here, Steve, if we did not talk about the different castles at different parks.
You know,
did you have anything prepared for this?
No, you threw a goal. I was a swing and a miss on this goofball. Like you finally, stumped me.
So as you probably already know and have guessed, there are different castles at each park.
Yes,
around the world. So I'll just run through the ones that I know, and I think you may know some of the other international ones better. But I know that Disney World is Cinderella's castle.
Yes.
Disneyland is Sleeping Beauty's castle.
Yes.
And I already forgot her name. You got to remind me. Aurora's castle. Everybody knows her as Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah.
Disneyland Paris is Belle is Beauty and the Beast's castle. It is.
Oh, yep. I always thought that was Sleeping Beauty too. Okay, good to know.
It's oh no, you know what? You might be right, actually.
Oh man, I redeem myself if I got that one right.
Yeah, you did. Disneyland Paris is Le Château de la Belle au Bois Dormant, which is Sleeping Beauty Castle.
Oh boy.
So I saw Belle in the name, I got confused. You got me there. So Sleeping Beauty Castle is Disneyland Paris. Tokyo Disneyland is also Cinderella's castle. Mm-hmm. Hong Kong is the Castle of Magical Dreams, and I don't know if that is related to a princess. I don't think it is, but they do have a different castle there. And then in Shanghai Disneyland, it's the Enchanted Storybook Castle.
Yeah.
So a little bit different all over the world if you look at the castles. The biggest difference I would say is between Disneyland and Disney World. They're noticeably different castles if you've ever been to Disneyland.
So I've never been, but I've heard and seen this, that the Disneyland castle is a little squat, as they say.
It's definitely not as let's say robust as the Florida Disney World castle.
Yeah.
Yes. Talk to my friend Steve here at Just Add Magic Travel, and he'll hook you up with your reservations to the parks.
That's right. Oh man, what a plug! This guy's the best in the biz. Steve at justaddmagictravel.com. I actually just booked somebody a Disneyland trip, and so and I was very jealous that I didn't get to go to, but yes, so I can do Disneyland, Disney World, Disney Cruise. We'll got to talk about that soon, because that's another great one. But yeah, so just get in touch, and yeah, if you want to take your princess or your prince, or you just want to head down, let's get it rocking. So yeah, thanks, Mike, for coming with me on the Prince. I hope this was kind of helpful. You can save this episode, and yes, in a few years when you're deep in the princess stuff and you're ready to take her, you can come back and listen. But
I have a feeling that I'm gonna be the sappy dad who takes his 1-year-old to some of these things, just because. Yeah. We'll see. Yeah.
I think kids, babies, appreciate this stuff, and princesses would be a big thing that I think kids of any age will have some appreciation for. But but yeah. So, any last words about princesses?
No, you know what? I'll let you take it away since you're the princess expert.
I'm the princess expert.
Take us out.
Just want you to have a royal, evening, and I got nothing. A dream is a wish your heart makes, Mike. A dream is a wish that'll come true. So make it come true.
When you wish upon a star.
That's right. I'm stopping this.